Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome back to Some Real Talk. I'm your host, Maya Vanette. Now, as always, I'm excited for who we have on the show. But today, I am extra excited. Today on Some Real Talk, we have Anastasija Zolotic, aka the first woman in the United States to ever win Olympic gold in Taekwondo. We're getting real about everything, but before we do, be sure to leave her a congratulations on her Olympic gold medal win down in the comment section below. Without further ado, please welcome to Some Real Talk Olympic gold medalist, Anastasija Zolotic.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's going to be a pleasure speaking to you. I can already tell.
Thank you so much. I don't know whether to say congratulations first or ask the question that's on everyone's mind. Where do you keep your Olympic gold medal?
Oh, you know what? I was going to bring it and I just left it, but it's in the living room. I can get it after.
It's
I'll
just
flash
casually
it.
in the living room?
Yeah, so I came over here to visit some family in Europe, and so the biggest thing that they wanted to see was the gold medal. So I decided I'd bring it here, and every time I put it back in my suitcase, everybody's like, "Oh, why are you putting it away? Why are you putting it away? Let's show it off." I'm like, it's not me, but okay, I guess I'll leave it in the living room. And everybody just walks around it and touches it, and I'm just like, they're like, why don't you like mess with it? I'm like, I'm afraid of it. Like, it's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, but what is it about it? Is it the fact that it's so unbelievable, or is gold just a little too flashy for you?
Oh gosh, I don't think gold will ever be too flashy. My mom always told me when I was younger, she was like, the only thing we can put in your ears is gold because you'll have allergic reaction. I'm like, yeah, mom, around my neck too. Like all we can wear is gold medals. But no, I think it's just like that it's unbelievable and like how it is a historical medal. You know what I mean? It's not just like any other gold medal that people just win. It's just like there's so many elements to that medal. It's like I don't even know what to think about when I grab it. I'm just like, do I think about I won? Do I think about that there's so many other things going on with that medal, or do I just pretend like it didn't happen?
It is a historic medal, and we're about to get into that. But first, walk me through what the Olympics were like for you. How similar or different were they from these competitions that you've been doing practically your whole life?
Yeah, so the Olympics were definitely different. I mean, you get there and everybody's wearing a mask, and you want to like see people and kind of take pictures with them, especially like the bigger ones. Like I was looking for Novak Djokovic like the whole time I was there, but you have such a hard time finding people with these masks, and that's like the biggest difference. When we went to Pan Am Games, you'd see these like players, and you'd be like, oh my god, like that's I don't even know, but you go up to them and you're like, can we take a picture? Like, I know you, I follow you, like you're my inspiration. But like you couldn't do that over here. And the whole time I feel like I kind of missed out on like certain Olympic experiences just because of COVID. And because, I personally did not want to catch COVID just because my sport is one day and one day only, is to where like other sports they go on for days and you catch COVID and you have like a week to get ready. We got there like a few days before our competition started, so it's like I caught COVID and that's it. I'm sat home and my Olympic dream is done. But I mean, other than that, I mean, everybody was still allowed to hang out with each other. We were all biking around the village, but like me personally, I was kind of distancing myself, and they're all like, let's go to the rec room. I'm like, oh, you guys go. I have training. No one while I'm in my room watching videos.
Oh my gosh, I think everyone in America can relate to you, especially after the year we just had. I
Yeah.
appreciate your cautiousness, and I appreciate the magnitude of your accomplishment. So, for anybody who doesn't know, you are the first woman in the United States to win a gold medal in Taekwondo, and you won that medal. So, it was about a week ago. And since then, 2.9 million people have seen your Olympic gold winning match on YouTube. What's that like, knowing that for a lot of people around the country, when they think of Team USA Taekwondo, they're thinking of you, Anna?
I mean, I've told so many people this that it's kind of unbelievable. Like, you don't even think that many people kind of care to open that YouTube link or like watch it because it is Taekwondo and Taekwondo is not very well known. And like for me personally, I'm not that person that's like, oh, I want to be the name of this sport. I want my sport to be the sport. You know what I mean? I want people to look at Taekwondo not because of me. I mean, I'd be flattered, of course, but I it's a beautiful sport, and so many people work so hard, and we train so much and put our bodies through so many vigorous training sessions and injuries that we kind of just train through, or we take the time to deal with. But it's just so hard because it's a like an all year sport. So we have events from January to December. And like, you have to find time where you're like, yeah, I'll sit down and have this surgery, but I'm missing out on 6 events. And Taekwondo is a point ranking sport. So you have to be a certain rank to get into Grand Prix or into the Olympics. And like to miss out on those kinds of opportunities, it's super upsetting. So a lot of us train through big injuries. Like I went to the Olympics with a labrum tear, a very like serious one. And we were like, gotten to the point where I was taping it up and I was training through pain, and I go home crying. I can't walk the next day. And, my coach's like, if you need the time to take off, like you take those days off and rest and recover. And I'm just like, I have no time to rest and recover. I mean, I took that time last year to deal with my hand surgery, but it's crazy what we can do with the adrenaline and, how much we can push our bodies. But like I said, it's crazy. And for people not to know the sport or appreciate it, it kind of upsets me and so many other Taekwondo athletes, which is why I appreciate the opportunity to get to speak to you and kind of put out my sport. Like I could care less if you put a black screen over my face and nobody knows me. It's just like my sport is like, I love that sport. And, for people not to know, but making history, I think definitely puts not just my name out there, but my sport, which is what I'm super grateful for. And whether people follow me and want to come with me to the next Olympics or follow the sport just to see how cool we all are, I mean, either one works for me.
I mean, the next Olympics are in Paris, so of course everyone would want to follow that. But did I just hear you right? Did you just tell me you won an Olympic gold medal while injured?
I mean, I went to the Youth Olympics and broke my hand my first fight and fought through that. And then, I mean, God, I'm telling you, these Taekwondo athletes, if you just talk to them, how many injuries we've kind of fought through. I mean, but yeah, the labrum it's killing me, but I mean, we fought through it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope now that you've achieved your Olympic dream, you can heal or
Yeah.
do what you need to do in that regard. But speaking of doing what you need to do, we all get to see the product of your hard work, which is that
Mhm.
shiny Olympic gold medal. But
Yeah.
tell me, how much actually goes in to preparing to go to the Olympics for this sport?
Before I moved to Colorado, I wasn't training as much as I am now. And it kind of like, your body, if you do something one way, it just gets used to that. And then I started training like 4 to 6 hours a day. And it's not these easy training. It's every day of the week, except for Saturday and Sunday. And even then, sometimes we'll get thrown sessions. It's like, here, do this, whether it's a lifting session or another kicking session. But, you take your body from one extreme to another, and I'll go to an hour and a half kicking session where I'm barely kicking and just messing around, to where I'm now in this like full-time resident athlete program, and I'm going through these sessions and it's like pounding on me, and wear and tear on my joints, and I'm this 18-year-old girl walking around as if I have like 80 years. And I mean, we train full time and nonstop, and every session counts. You can't waste one session, and you try and turn those bad days into the best days you can have. I mean, I rate my sessions. So if I rate my session a 2, which is really low, I try and make that 2 maybe a 3 or a 4, and I try to get the best out of that session. But I mean, it is a lot of hard work, and I'm super grateful that I did all that, and to my coach and to the organization for putting me through all that, because look what I've achieved. Not many people can say they've done that, which is super amazing.
It's super amazing. And you've already made it clear in previous interviews that you're willing and ready to do it all over again for Paris in 2024.
Yes, but first we've got a world championships. I haven't won a world championships in a senior division.
On
I
the
won
juniors,
the
right?
world. Yeah. Hopefully.
All right. So from going to for the gold at the Olympics, we're now going to play a game. So will you play a game with me?
Yes, of course.
I love playing games with guests. So this game is called Going for the Gold. And the idea is I'm going to ask you 4 questions, each that either start with the letter G, O, L, or D, gold.
Okay.
And the object of the game is to answer as fast as you can and not think about it too much, but just give me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Yes.
All right, time to go for the gold with this Olympic gold medalist. G, give me 4 words to describe yourself as a person.
Funny, smart, driven, and talented.
Obvious. O, of all the places you've been to, what is your favorite destination in the world?
Rome.
L, list 3 things you're good at outside of Taekwondo.
Oh gosh, good at or want to be good at, because I could put singing in there and dancing and cooking.
I mean, that's 3. If you feel you're good at it, we'll go with it.
Okay.
And D, describe the feeling you get right before you know you're about to compete.
Excitement.
Excitement? Are you ever nervous?
I mean, sometimes I feel like at the smaller level events, like we'll go to like a nationals or something, and like it's just a US event with like US athletes. And I feel so much more pressure than I probably should, because it's like I don't want to, like, not win this nationals just because and especially now with this Olympics, it's like those events where it's not international competitors, it's like you have to win those and you have to be the best, I feel like. But I mean, at the big events, I try to enjoy, and I'm super excited to fight and like show the world what I'm capable of. It's where nationals, it's a national event. But I mean, excitement is definitely what I feel before each match.
All right. So when we went to G and I said, give me 4 words to describe yourself, I think one of your first answers was funny. So you have this serious side when you're competing, and then you also have a fun side to you.
I mean, I try. I'm not a very funny person. Like, we went to, where were we? We were in Japan, and there's this trash can, and it said pet on it. And I turned to my coach, and I'm like, look, you can put your pet in here. And like, it wasn't even funny, but I found it so funny, and I started like petting the trash can. And my coach is like laughing at me because he thinks it's the dumbest thing ever. But I genuinely, it took me like 5 minutes to think of that joke. But I found I'm one of those people that laugh at their own jokes, because I gotta hype
Well, that's
yourself
how
up.
you have to be. If other people don't appreciate your humor, at least you do.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So thank you for being a good sport and playing that game with me.
Thank
On to the next
you.
question. You were our country's first woman to take home the gold medal in this sport. You want to go for the gold again in the next Olympics, but to the next female that's yet to come, whether it be 2 or 3 Olympics down the road or even 20 years from now, what do you say to that next girl who might be training right now, trying to get to where you're at someday?
I tell her to push as hard as she can, because we got to keep this. We got to keep this streak going. I mean, be the second, be the third. I mean, let's see how many we can get on the podium. I mean, it's amazing, because Taekwondo, everybody's like, oh, that's a guy sport. Why do you do it? This is why I do it, because anything they can do, we can do, if not better. I mean, girl power. But no, I mean, honestly, just keep pushing. And there's so many things I had to overcome, and everybody tell me like I'm not good enough for this, or I shouldn't even bother. But hey, like, I bothered with it, and I kept annoying people and pushing people to train with me, and look at where I am now. And I want to inspire people, whether it be somebody that's older than me or younger than me. I mean, I want to see another, and it doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else in that podium if I don't get the opportunity to. And, that's all I want. And for another female to be up there, it's like, hey, we're just racking these medals up, and, everybody's going to go in history books just because it's, like nobody's done it before. So why stop now with myself or other people?
Now, in the United States, the Olympics are a big deal, and it could turn even the most common person into the most obsessive Olympic spectator. But a lot of people get consumed with the more popular sports like swimming or track
Yeah.
and field. So, what do you say to the common person watching the Olympics as to why they should be invested in the sport of Taekwondo?
It's not just a sport that you go and do, and that a lot of people like tennis. My parents do it, and I'm not saying it's not a hard sport, but it's like everybody's able to do that sport just because, I mean, it's fun. I love tennis. I mean, I'll go, and I suck at it. Like, please don't ask me to play tennis with you. But I mean, I'll go out there and hit a ball and run around and enjoy myself. My sister plays tennis, and she puts in hours of work as well. But I mean, like, Taekwondo, it's a lot. I mean, there's so much skill to it, and it's entertaining to watch. I mean, one second somebody can be up 20 points and there's 10 seconds left, and just like that, it flips. I think that's why I was so nervous in my last match, just because there's 3 seconds and 5 points does not mean it's over. You know what I mean? It's a back and forth sport, and it's super exciting to watch. And people get knocked out, and I don't know if many people like that, but like as a as a physical athlete, I mean, that's pretty cool to see. You're just like, whoa! And then you look at what kick it was, how many points, if it's scored or not, and you go through all these emotions and excitement and nervousness, and whether it's your player that you're cheering for or somebody else, like the match before your player that you're watching, it's just this rush. And I feel like you don't get that with other sports. It's like what happens next or who is going to win, and you bet money on one person, and in the end that person loses dramatically. And I mean, you know what I mean? It's unpredictable, and I think that's why a ton of people should probably get into Taekwondo and start it, if not just watch.
If that's not a case for the sport, I don't know what is. So Anna, we've reached the end of our time together, but I always love to end interviews with the same question. So what message do you want to send to the people who have supported you throughout your career?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, the love and support I got, and like I think afterward, that just it brought me to tears. Not just because I won; it was just all the sweet messages from people I know and don't know, and that followed me since I was 5 years old to 18 years old. It's just amazing, and I just want to thank everybody because honestly, like that's my drive. And if I didn't have all this love and support, I mean, yeah, I'd still be driven, but it's not like, oh, I want to inspire this person that was following me, or, I want to make somebody proud that even though I'm not close to, I know that's been following me since I was 5 years old. And just because we've had that connection before, I want to make somebody proud, and I want to keep pushing for those people. So I just want to, saying thank you isn't enough. And I wish I could show it, but I mean, there's so many people I want to thank, and, there's one of me, and everybody lives in different places now. So it's just so hard, but like this thank you I feel like is not enough, but I mean it's all I can do for now.
A champion and a great sport. Thank you so much for coming on this episode of Some Real Talk. Everybody give it up one more time for the Olympian, Olympic gold medalist, Anastasija Zolotic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a wrap for today's show. A special thank you to Olympic gold medalist Anastasija Zolotic for being our special guest this week. A special thank you to you for watching, and a very special thank you to Team USA Taekwondo for allowing me to have this interview with Anastasija. If you enjoyed my talk with her almost as much as I did, you basically have to click that like button down below, and be sure to click subscribe so you never miss another interview with a star on the rise. Anastasija is a shooting star in her sport. I can't wait to see where she goes from here. Leave your comments down in the comments section below, congratulating her on the Tokyo 2020 win and all the amazing things she has to come. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep it real.